your man Rico. Rico the Opinionist. What's good? Whew. Just enjoying this beautiful day out here. On this Christmas day. Oh yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope y'all have had a lot of dinner, you with a lot of friends, family. I ate some food, but I haven't eaten it all yet. I decided to come outside and enjoy some of this 70-ish degree day with the sun is out. And but it's something that was on my mind, even on this Christmas day, to share. Just a quick opinion about some things. Well, one thing in particular, if y'all read the title, I have an opinion about the fights that broke out at the Cowboy Stadium. I don't know if y'all saw it on social media. The fights, they got videos of the fights that happened between the kids, the teenagers. I think, who was playing? I think it was Duncanville in Dallas. Every year they have the high school championship games at the AT&T Stadium there in Arlington. And for the past 5 years, one that I've worked, I work part-time, like crowdfunding. I get to work concerts, I get to work sporting events and private parties. So it's been pretty cool. And so I'm all over working different events, and sometimes I get to work, some of those high school games, right? I just happened to be there the night of those football games, and I've worked a lot of them. But it's so interesting. How come? Hold on. And it's like the same story every year. They have white schools that come from all over Texas and all over Oklahoma. They'll come out and they have about 15,000 fans, 10,000 fans with families and kids and teenagers, white teenagers and Hispanic teenagers and Asians or whatever. They go to those schools. And the only issues we have whenever they have those white teenagers there is we have to tell them, hey, you can't be over in this section. It's a private section. Because it's general admission. Buy one ticket, you get to sit anywhere you want to in the stadium. Those seem to be the only issues we have when it's like white kids at the white schools that are playing each other. And then, all of a sudden, when the black schools come, the nights that the two top championship high schools that happen to be black schools in Dallas and all around, they come out and they square off. You get about 50,000 black folks and a few Hispanics, but mainly it's like, a lot of black people in the stadium. And each year we seem to have the same problem with the black teenagers getting into brawls. And so I've never, one last year, so I've never witnessed it. I've always seen the aftermath of the fighting and the screaming and the running all over the place, right? So this past year, this past week, it was who was playing? Dang it, was it DeSoto? Duncanville and DeSoto, or was it? No, it was another school and Duncanville. I think. Let me see. South Oak Cliff played earlier, I think at 3 o'clock. And then I think that evening Duncanville played. Whichever school brought out, a lot of black folks, which I enjoy seeing. I love when I see us in the stadium. However, this time, again, a really ugly, brutal brawl popped off in the stadium. It's like, damn. And every year, people in the stadium will say, oh, we got to get ready because here comes South Oak Cliff, or here comes Duncanville, or here comes DeSoto, naming all the black schools. And I was like, hey, don't do that, because other people act rudely or whatever when they come. But this year I got a chance to, where I worked at, I was upstairs that the fighting started downstairs on the main floor. I was upstairs in the mezzanine area, doing my crowd management thing. And everything was cool, it's peaceful, everybody's enjoying the game. And then I heard this ruckus downstairs, and then I saw the screaming and people running, and then when I got with people, others who worked the game, they told me the brutal, ugly stories of what happened. And so I went downstairs and I walked across the crowd of our teenagers, black teenagers now. I walked past the crowd and I said, again, we have white teenagers in here and all the time, by the hundreds or thousands. And the only issue we seem to have with them is, hey, you can't sit in this section, or you don't belong in this section, or you didn't pay for this section. No, we're running them out of sections they're not supposed to be in. But I walked through the crowd of black kids. Let me tell you the conversations I heard. Number one, they were standing off in groups of 3 or groups of 4, sometimes groups of 5, just patched off, boys and girls. And I walked through the crowd of our children now. These are our kids. And this is what I heard coming out of their mouths as I was walking through them on my way to do other stuff. I just walked through and I heard some young brothers. They was like, man, there's bitch ass nigga over there. Yeah, man, hoe ass nigga over there. I mean, they were talking like that in these groups. So in my brain, I just kind of looked at them. I'm like, are y'all serious? Our kids literally come to these events to settle beefs. And they get into horrible fights, with each other. What is that about? What is this hatred that black kids have with each other? And we always talk about, self-hatred and we love to talk about racism, white supremacy and all of that stuff. I get it. But we're going to have to do something about this, because this is something that can be very observable with our children. What is it, parents? How come black teenagers really hate each other so much? To the point that they were just, wherever it is, it's on sight. It doesn't matter. And then when the images of this bad behavior, this fighting and to the death and blood drawn and all of this, when that gets shown across mainstream media, all of a sudden, there they go, sharing the negative videos of our kids. They always want to say our kids doing something. I get that, but our kids always doing something. Then we try to broaden the scope. Well, they kids are mass shooters. No, we get that. But I walked through the crowd and I heard your kids talking all this angry talk about each other. There that bitch ass nigga is right there. That hoe ass nigga is right there, plotting up. And then one of the stories that came to me was it was a fight over a little girl. We're going to have to talk about this. See, and this is the stuff I pay attention to. While black America has been convinced that Trump is our issue, if you say Trump, all of a sudden everybody gets triggered. But when we talk about our bad behavior, we get triggered at people who point it out. And I know sometimes the messengers aren't worth sharing that message. But I like to think I'm one of the good guys who truly loves our community, who truly loves our children. So I'm saying, what the hell's going on? Why are our children so angry? Not angry at the system, not angry at how the politics leave their neighborhoods shitholes, but they're angry at each other. It's like, y'all know in Spain when they have the fighting bulls, the fighting and running of the bulls, and even in rodeos, you show the bull a red flag or red blanket, he starts blowing, in the cartoons, blowing smoke out his nose and fire out his ears to get that red blanket. That's how our children seem to view each other. And a lot of grown black people view each other the same way. What is this? But y'all want us to always be mad at President Trump. And when anything he says, see, I told you, he ain't shit. We got that asshole in the White House. I get all of that. Y'all can say whatever you want to say because you're right. But when we going to start paying attention to the issues that's really kicking us in the ass? Number one, local politics. Who are the representatives of our local politics? Democrats. Majority black and white and Jewish. Number two, the self-hatred in our youth. We live in a time where it's a disgusting, awful, rumored to be an accused Satanist, Satan-worshiping little bastard by the name of NBA Youngboy is the #1 rapper to your children. I know this because I sub in the high schools. All the other races love them too, but black kids really love these nigger rappers. Negative rappers. So when y'all see that video going around of black kids fighting around, don't look at fighting and trying to rip each other apart. Don't look at look at them. Damn, what's wrong with them? Look at them like, damn, I got some work to do. Because these are our children. Y'all know what? I don't have any children on the planet. I don't. But I know, even as a black man, my generation has to continue. And I have to do my part to make sure there are children who are going to be raised and exposed to something that feeds into their self-esteem that's positive. We all have a responsibility to do that. We can't sit around and watch these children that you produce. You produce these children. Society. No, before you hit society, they come out of your household. So black mother and black father. But a lot of these boys are so weak and so emotionally charged. There's a lot of there are no fathers in these boys' lives. Because they're so quick. They're like pit bulls. They're so quick to get upset and claw into your ass and don't want to let go. So you black mothers out there, why y'all so busy coming together, talking about, sisters, we taking a break. We're protecting our peace. Y'all need to be trying to raise these damn kids y'all have with all these men. Not all, but too many. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And y'all should be letting these boys see their fathers. Because this doesn't make any goddamn sense. And it's awful. Every time at that stadium, it's not the white kids. It's the black kids. Because I've seen this for myself for the last 4 years. There's always a rumble, a tussle. It's the black kids out of Dallas-Fort Worth area. South Dallas, Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove. It's the black kids. It's going to get to a point where they're going to probably change the location of the state high school football championships and take it out of the stadium and put y'all ass over in the Cotton Bowl. Downtown, that doesn't have a top, let y'all play out there. Playing all that open, uncovered bowl, and you can do whatever, run wild and do whatever you want to do out there. But it's just a shame. So when are we going to get tired of that? When are we going to start taking our children seriously, start raising them and start putting our money, not into Jordan 11s, whatever Jordan, that was something to see. And 1 minute people talking about, they shutting the country down, but them old Republicans, Trump and them shutting the country down. And a lot of people are starving, they're stopping food stamps. Then all of a sudden the Jordan 11s came down, you hear nothing about no more starving folks. Y'all get out of here, I can't take you seriously. We're going to have to do something about it. Because we can't continue. Dallas, black Dallas. Y'all got to do, I'm talking about South Dallas, Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove. That's where these kids come from. Y'all got to do something about y'all kids, man. You can't continue to raising your children, let them be just so angry and damn semi-savage and having these vendettas against kids that look like them. Y'all should monitor what they listen to. But you can't, because you smoke blunts. A lot of y'all smoke blunts, and y'all like these old punk-ass rappers yourself. So your children don't know any better, because you're their parent. You their mama. You like the same mess that your daughter. And another thing, speaking of the girls, why y'all little girls, Dallas, and probably across the country, but this is a Dallas thing, Dallas-Fort Worth thing. Why y'all daughters dress like prostitutes? 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old, they all, 85 to 88% of y'all daughters in that state will dress like a whore or dress like prostitutes. What y'all gonna do about that? But then if some man approach her with her booty shorts on, a camel toe everywhere, and leggings up her ass, and a short skirts and belly shirts and shit all outside, and a lace front wig like a grown old ass prostitute, weaving shit down her body. If a man approached, all of a sudden he's the pervert. Yeah, they would dress like prostitutes. And this has to stop. Has to stop, Black America, Black Dallas, Dallas-Fort Worth. This has to stop. Hold on a minute. Yeah, okay, went out. It just has to stop. And it's always very disappointing. This is not everybody doing this, but you know, it's always our children at that damn stadium acting a plum GD fool. And it has to stop. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. You know, give people you just hand reasons over for folks to disrespect our children. I'm going to defend them left and right, you know, as much as I can, but when are you as the parents in Black Dallas? When y'all going Black Oak Cliff, Black Pleasant Grove? When y'all gonna do y'all part and raise your children correctly? At least when they come into a stadium for entertainment, when entertainment is going on. Plenty of food, soul, music, games, football game popping all over, good games. But your sons and daughters came there to plot up to fight somebody. Or they have the emotional intelligence of a 6-month-old baby that's going off. When y'all gonna raise your children? It's time out for this shit. So when I hear people talking about these old mean Republicans, President Trump ain't shit, I ignore all of that, because I go look around and say, okay, when y'all concentrating on that, you're not doing what y'all supposed to do. That is raise your damn children. Because racism can be what it is. White supremacy is what it is. But you have a responsibility to still behave appropriately. Shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. Because a lot of us are behaving inappropriately under racism, white supremacy. We are. And our children, as a result of that, as a lot of grown black folks behaving inappropriately under racism, white supremacy, your children are behaving inappropriately under racism, white supremacy. I just want to share this. Your man Rico. Like, share, and subscribe. Come on over to my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. I'll talk to y'all later, all right? And continue to enjoy your Christmas. Peace.